All right.
I like this. I think I just read the spurgiest comment
Okay, what is
I've
it?
ever read in the history of a chat.
What is it?
Eric and John, it's all caps. If these pedophiles convert to Islam, then strap a bomb to them and send them to Afghanistan. That sounds like, those really trashy shirts that you see on Facebook all the time that are advertised. I got a bipolar son, and he was in the military, and he's gonna stick a bayonet up your pussy if you disrespect me. Like that almost feels like that would fit on one of those shirts.
All right. We're getting campaign ads. Campaign ads are going to start, usually right around December, January, the campaign ad season starts. The presidential campaign ads really don't start until later in the year, but the local campaign ads do start early because there's not a bunch of primaries. Like, you already know who's running next year.
Yeah, there's like three people in the whole town, period, anyway. So it's like we're gonna wrap. South Dakota's gonna wrap it up a lot more quickly than Los Angeles.
So you remember Jussie Smollett, right? The guy who faked the hate crime.
Allegedly faked it.
He totally faked the hate crime. Sue me. No, fuck him.
I'm kidding. He's suing the city.
Yeah, he's suing the city now, saying for excessive prosecution. Excessive prosecution.
But they dropped the charges.
Somebody right now is going to be. Remember the DA that supposedly she was supposed to recuse herself, but she didn't recuse herself?
Yeah.
Kim Foxx?
The one that's like Kamala's bud, and she's all in that whole...
But she's running for re-election, Mike.
She's in that whole Obama sphere.
She's running for re-election.
It's different now. But I grew up at Larrabee Division, better known as Cabrini Green. It's where.
Why'd you change your name, Cabrini, to Kim? Because it was more marketable, and you took your husband's last name because it was more marketable. Is that why? Fucking phony.
Better known as Cabrini Green. It's where I learned to be tough, to survive, overcame poverty and sexual assault.
Wait, congratulations being 90% of this country.
Wait, so she's running on I was raped?
Yes. Gutsy move, Cotton. Let's see if it works out.
Is that a platform now?
You know who else was raped? The taxpayers of Chicago for fucking all the fake stuff.
Okay, you know what? Yeah. Hey, listen, I've been open about it on this show, right? Like, I got molested when I was a kid. I want to be mayor of New York City. Actually, that's not even a funny joke because I would unironically probably do a better job than de Blasio.
It's really bad.
You know what I mean?
It's really bad right now.
Just day one, just come in and don't actually take any crooked money.
That's it. Done.
Yeah. Just do. Oh, wow. Why are we doing it this way? Oh, I don't know. I think he gets checks from a senator. All right. Well, I'm going to not take the checks. We're going to do it this way instead. Crime goes down 90%.
For years, the name Cabrini Green was synonymous with racism and poverty.
And it still is.
Wait, Cabrini Green was what, the fucking...
Where they lived. The projects where she lived, I think. Was notorious for violent crime, poverty, and de facto racial segregation.
Poverty. And the towers were symbols for inequality and injustice in Chicago.
Uh-huh.
Time passed, and the projects came down, but those problems haven't changed.
What are you talking about? Chicago's amazing. They've got...
But hold on. If those problems haven't changed, you've been the DA there already. You're running for re-election.
Why haven't you
done anything?
Problems?
Why haven't you done anything? Look, I understand that you look like King K. Rool, and I get it, and that's something that's really to be proud of. What it is, an alligator-looking woman. But also, is that shit under her eye, or is that like a zit? Is that like just shit under her eye? Right here, you see that? What is that?
Haven't changed.
I don't
now
know.
New names symbolize injustice.
White
names
people.
like
and other white people. And another white guy. You saw that, though, right?
Yeah, is there another... How about the injustice of a fake hate crime?
Justice. Names like John Burge.
Listen, I will say this. And I've said it for quite some time, that if it hadn't been for white people, you know what I mean? When you look at crime in Chicago, like I know when you think about crime in Chicago, it's those goddamn white people there.
They're terrible there.
They've been destroying that city for years.
It's the white gang wars.
Yeah.
That's the real problem,
The white gang wars. What is this, 1920?
Yeah, it is.
This is Gangs of New York.
Well, here's the
fucking
thing.
Liam Neeson going to come out with a crossed sword
Ever since Nookie Thompson starting his bootleg business, Chicago's just been going to hell. You know what I mean?
Yes, he won't.
McDonald.
Because back then there was only one Chalky White.
And Laquan McDonald.
Who?
4 years ago, I ran for state's attorney to change criminal justice in Cook County.
And we haven't changed shit.
No, that's
So
not
now
true. They have changed it. They've made it more corrupt.
So now I need more time.
More time?
That's what she's saying.
Jesus.
Herbie in the chat says, people like Nick Fuentes are destroying Chicago.
Yeah, right. God, fucking Groypers are destroying
Yeah,
Chicago.
He's been terrorizing that city.
I'm running again because we're only getting started.
Which means I didn't do shit.
Yeah.
I didn't do shit, but now I'm going to do shit. This time I'm serious.
State's attorney is a tough job.
You know what this is like? This is like, all right, I'll take you back, but you're not cheat on me again.
But I love too that this argument that demographics don't matter in America and all that kind of stuff. And it's all the Ben Shapiro and Charlie Kirk talking points like demographics don't matter and it's all about, culture. Just see the culture. Okay, that's why this terrible DA is going to win in Chicago.
She'll win, yeah. She'll win
because
for sure.
she's a black woman.
She'll win.
That's what it is. It's not race. It's just true. Like they're going to go, yeah, I'll vote for her.
Of course.
Even though she's probably also throwing a lot of broke black people in fucking prison for long periods of time.
She's just like Kamala did. They're all the same. They're all the same, dude. I'm telling you, it's all.
And every
it's
once in a
all
while,
the same shit.
Every once in a while, there'll be some high profile thing, and she'll take the side of the dude, and look all cool in the city over. But overall, if you're a broke black dude and you're doing crimes, she's gonna throw your rotten ass right in jail.
Of course.
She don't give a fuck.
Do you understand? These people get elected based on their arrest records. That's what they do. That's the more people they prosecute. That's how it works. That's the job. That's the job. Your job as a DA, she's running. You're right. You know what? That's a really good point, Mike. She's running like she's going to be a defense attorney. You're not running. You're not fucking Saul Goodman, You're up there. Your job is to arrest the criminals, and you're talking all these injustices that happened under your watch.
That's why you like a good.
These injustices happen under your watch, you dumb bitch.
This is why you need a good. You need the Irish in charge of law enforcement.
Yeah. John C. Reilly type.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah, just let the Irish do it. There's always something to be said about kind of like a red-faced, kind of, paunchy old Irish guy in a police chief's uniform being like, we're going to go down to downtown and we're just going to pretty much crack every fucking head we see on the streets until the peace is resolved. And you're like, all right, well, hey, they got a plan.
Yep.
We're going to basically start just stopping and frisking everybody.
It worked.
White, black, Hispanic. I stopped and frisked the mayor yesterday, and he actually had a box cutter on him, and I took it away from him.
Yeah, the stop and frisk thing is something that's really funny because you know how Bloomberg's running for the Democratic nomination, and Bloomberg gave a speech 2 years ago saying under him how stop and frisk took guns off the street, and now everybody's calling him racist for it. Now he's going, I'm really sorry that I did that. The thing that brought crime down, by the way, 62%. Giuliani started it, but Bloomberg kept doing it.
When stop and frisk got really big, too, I lived in New York, and I was living there at the time, and I was going to the city a lot to do stupid gigs and open mics and bringer shows and podcasts. It's like when I was hardcore doing the comedy scene. And do you know how many times I would have weed on me or I'd be smoking? I'm not exactly like the most upstanding guy.
Get right out of town.
Do you know how many times I was stop and frisked? And I know it's because it's a black kid. No, I get it, but I know plenty of black guys that never got stopped and frisked either. You know what I mean? It's a very certain type of people that they stop and frisk. Even if you wanted to say, wanted to make the argument, oh, well, it's racism. I don't want to hear that argument. Even if you wanted to tell me, okay, it's a class issue. They treat certain classes shittier. I would agree with that. And they get prosecuted more, and they get, whatever, profiled more. But it's not a fucking black guy, white guy thing. There's a certain type. There's a certain element hanging out on a certain corner at a certain time of day where you go, you, come here. I want to talk to you for a second. Empty your pockets out. Because you know what I mean? It's just, I've been through the city. I've had shit. Dude, even if you did get stopped and frisked, and trust me, I've heard stories of dudes getting stopped and frisked, had no guns, had no weapons. They might have had a little weed on them, and they didn't get arrested. Because it's stopping and frisking. He's like, I want to make sure you don't have a gun or whatever. Right. So that's all.
Every day my office is under attack from a president who uses our city as a punching bag.
Trump's bad, dude.
You're the one
He's
that
a bad
let
guy.
go. You're the one that let somebody go that was trying to start a racial civil war in Chicago. You let him go. You said you recused yourself, and then you did it. And now it's Trump is using Chicago as a fucking punching bag?
Mm-hmm.
No. Let me tell you something. If Chicago doesn't want to be a punching bag, take the Everlast logo off of you. Because you're a punching bag because there are more gun deaths in a city that doesn't allow guns than most places on the fucking planet. Not even in America, on the planet, per capita. You have a real problem. You're a punching bag because you guys are so scared to be called racist. You're so scared to be called bigots that you won't do nothing about it. So fucking stop. When the black police chief had to come out and go, I don't know why we couldn't go after Jussie Smollett. I don't know why I wasn't allowed. That's the problem. You're the problem. And now you're trying to run for re-election. Listen, you can put as much Fruity Loops royalty-free music behind you. You done fucked up. And it's super easy to use a crazy president that's using Chicago as a punching bag. Fuck you. The way you guys use every white gun owner as a goddamn punching bag, you mean like that? The way that every single white guy who owns a handgun is a fucking murderer when the real people that are doing it is a different demographic with illegal handguns? Go fuck yourself. Chicago is a punching bag because it's gross. I know people that live in Chicago that tell me that I won't go to certain places in the daytime. Forget at nighttime. Because you know some neighborhoods are bad and you're like, well, you could go there, but just don't go at night. There's places in Chicago which don't even go during the day. Don't go anytime. Don't go at any time. Mm-hmm. So shut the fuck up. I've seen the dude. It's on YouTube. They don't get taken down. You can watch all the gang videos of throwing up their fucking signs and walking out with fucking AK-47s in Chicago, just wearing a bandana on and mocking the cops. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. It's the same thing that's happened in New York where they're hitting fucking police officers with super soakers and throwing buckets of water in them. I actually have a video today of a group of teens. Certain teens cop was taking a dirt bike away from a kid because he wasn't allowed to have it. They started surrounding him like it was Mad Max and trying to scare him off. And that's because you can't do anything.
Can't do anything.
You can't do. And by the way, we're the first people that go against fucking cops that are fucking dirty and shitty. The guy that was planting evidence, the guy who shot the dude in his grandparents' backyard that was using a cell phone. We're the first ones to talk about that's fucking bullshit. But to sit here and fucking pretend like you want to run to basically be one of the top dogs in law enforcement in Chicago when everybody in Chicago, that's especially a white police officer, is terrified to say anything or do anything because they'll be called the bigot or they'll be called the racist.
My office is under attack from a president who uses our city as a punching bag. The NRA, hell-bent on letting guns flood our streets.
I was kidding.
Yeah, because, all
the
those...
NRA
by the
is
way,
at fault?
All those people, right? All those people that shoot people in Chicago with illegal guns held sideways, they're all card-carrying, due-paying NRA members.
They got one letter right.
Hell
Two, actually.
Bent on letting
three, if you're socially acceptable, you're going to say it.
and guns
Wow, all three letters.
flood our streets. And the FOP clinging to the old ways. They'll do anything to undercut progress.
Stupid. Oh,
Like
God,
try to start a fucking civil war in Chicago and not prosecute them for it. You mean like that?
These fraternal order
You
of
mean
police
like that?
guys, these guys are real scumbags because they're undermining my office. But wait a minute. Aren't they supposed to be fighting crime?
Yeah, I guess not.
Including attacking me personally over the Jussie Smollett case. Truth.
Because you deserved to be attacked personally. You're under investigation right now for this. Stupid.
Wait, I'm sorry. This is good because Billy Blog said, Mersh, that's the reason I should care about these pricks paying their way into college. That sort of corruption leads to your country turning into Mexico or some other shithole. So Chicago is terrible, and it's Aunt Becky's fault.
It's Lori Loughlin's fault. Yeah.
I just want to be clear.
You're kind of making look. You could have your opinion that they shouldn't buy themselves into colleges, but being a rich person who's scamming the system to get someone in school has nothing to do with the tremendous gun violence. Are you telling me that? I'm sorry. Are you telling me Lori Loughlin's kid took away a scholarship from a member of the Bloods?
You had to get into a car and drive across 3 counties to connect those 2 dots.
Dude, it's fucking night and day there. That's night and day. And look, I don't think you should be scamming the system. And obviously, if you get caught, whatever, I get you should get in trouble. But to be honest with you, I understand people using a system. Like, it's always like if it was your kids and you had the money, you would do whatever you could for them.
I'd bribe whoever to get my kid into a
There's
good
a
school.
difference
Fuck
between
that.
bribing somebody and photoshopping your kid on Michael Jordan to get into USC versus this, which is trying to start a race war with illegal guns. Like, come on, man.
Chicago.
One of them is The Big Short. The other one's Mad Max.
Aunt Becky got into a plot with John Stamos to undermine the city of Chicago and the great Kim Foxx.
Lord have mercy.
And I think the Beach Boys were also involved.
Actually, didn't John Stamos used to make commercials on Full House? Did he make this commercial for her? He might have.
Remember when they always had the Beach Boys on to make Jesse seem cool, and it was always like, the Beach Boys are not cool.
No, they're not
cool.
They're
they
not
weren't cool then either, and it was like, this isn't cool.
The coolest song,
Uncle Jesse's cool. The only cool person that ever knew the Beach Boys was Charles Manson.
God damn it, you took my joke. Fucking hate you.
That was it.
I was going to say the coolest song they've ever had was written by Charles Manson, but yes.
That would have been very cool if they actually brought that up on Full House.
Yeah.
Jesse's like, yeah, my buddy Charlie used to be the guitarist, but
we were like a big family,
Over the Jussie Smollett case. Truth is, I didn't handle it well. I own that.
Oh, okay. Then vote for me.
Okay, so
you didn't No. Not handling it well. Not handling it well is getting into a heated argument and getting out of your car and screaming at somebody when it's like, it's not worth doing this. That's not handling it well. What you did is you got out of the car, poured gasoline on it, lit a fire, broke the window, and then hid and said, oh my God, can you believe they're attacking me?
I was actually I was like, everything you said is accurate, but I was thinking that same thing. Just pour gasoline on it, run home, turn your phone off.
Yeah,
exactly. Just go to sleep.
You didn't handle it well? Okay, but here's the thing. The city is now being sued by him because you never pressed charges against him. Had you pressed charges right now, he'd be going through trial and there'd be evidence and he'd probably be fucking making a plea deal. That's what would be happening. But you made it worse. It's not you kind of did. You actively let somebody off who was trying to start a race war so he could be second billing on Power instead of fourth.
Empire.
Dude, let's be honest. What's the difference?
One has 50 Cent.
You know why I said Power? Because Jussie looks like a power bottom.
Okay, that's
and
fair.
I get confused.
You gotta show mad respect to Fitty.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Didn't handle it well. I own that. I'm making changes in my office to make sure we do better.
Well, how about this? I like that. Change is good. Let's start by changing the actual district attorney.
And who does her hair? The fucking makeup department at the old Reba show. What's up with that? She's, you know what it is? She has a wide face, and she's trying to hide her wide face. Like it's a big jaw. She's a big old jaw on her.
Do better. That's what reform.
She looks like she could take a punch. Like that's not a glass jaw.
Is about. But we all know those attacks aren't just about one case. They're about stopping progress in Cook County. And those voices won't tell you that on my watch.
But nobody's. Here's the thing, Kim, darling, sweetie. Here's the thing. Chicago's very problem is that nobody has stopped progress. Progress has been the rallying cry for cities like Chicago for a long time. The god of progress has betrayed you. And your answer to this progressive city that's burning is to get more progress.
Right.
It's weird to me. The entire theme in this video is how the left is in general. We have been running shit undisputed for a long time. We have fucked it up beyond repair. And now that we fucked it up beyond repair, you have to elect us because we have to fix this problem we created. No. Honestly, you know what Cook County needs? You know what Chicago needs? A fucking across the board Republican win in every category. It'll never happen. But if it did, let me tell you something. They'd be out there. You know that, what's that big thing they do every year? The St. Patty's Day Parade is a big Chicago thing. Let me tell you something. Wouldn't be anybody getting fucking, hitting the face with bricks and getting their iPhones taken and getting robbed at the St. Patty's Day parade if you had an across-the-board Republican ticket. They'd be out there with the old-school paddy wagons.
Resources for more serious cases while driving less serious. Okay, here's the thing, honey. Chicago had 660 homicides in 2017, 561 in 2018, and they're on record to break it this year. They're going to break the record this year.
I love that you're saying it as if it's a sports team doing it.
It is,
and they're on pace to really go great.
Now let's check in on their biggest rival. Dallas had 166 murders. If you want to compare cities and compare how they're run, it's gotten worse under you.
In Dallas, everybody has a visible gun like on their belt.
I know.
It's not even.
You know what else is in Dallas? A lot of NRA members. Still are.
Yeah, everybody, anywhere I've ever lived that has smaller populations and just has people with fucking, or not even smaller populations, but open air gun carrying, it's just nobody. There are like home invasions in Florida are so very rare. People will drive across the border. They'll go to Oklahoma. They'll go to Louisiana. They'll go somewhere else to do their dirt.
Right.
Because they know there's a good likelihood they're going to get shot in their face if they break into a house. The only time, like Texas, you'll see home invasions and crazy shit. That's like when the cartel is like, yeah, this American judge and his family are fucking with me. You know what I mean? But there's not a lot of people just kicking in doors at 3 a.m. and taking their chances in El Paso because you're probably going to get shot in the face. But in Chicago,
2,000 dead in 3 years. That's worse than Afghanistan. Just so you know.
And not to make a normie point about guns, but really at the end of the day, you know, nobody can legally like really own a gun in Chicago. Like nobody who would handle it responsibly and use it in a way that defends the community is even really allowed to carry one. So, if you outlaw guns, only criminals will have guns. Well, in Chicago, only criminals really have guns, and they're murdering people in record numbers.
And someone pointed out she has big hands. She really looks like she could palm an Atlas stone.
That on my watch, we're prosecuting more violent crimes, not just low-level offenses. The gun prosecutions are up.
The gun prosecutions are up, but so are the murders. The gun prosecutions are up because a lot of people are getting guns illegally to protect themselves that aren't criminals because you're not allowed to have one. And it's easy to bust them. That's what it is.
Up. That we're a national model for reform. And that while they focus on headlines, we put the killers of Hadia Pendleton and Tyshawn Lee behind bars.
Wow, you solved 2 murder cases out of how many? 600 in 2017?
600 out of the 651, Mike. Out of the 651 people that were murdered, did you solve their cases?
But they got the guy who killed the
No, I get it. But did you solve their cases?
But also the old man.
She's a vision, isn't she? She's a vision. She really is. She really is a vision. She looks like the final evolution of Michelle Obama. She was a Pokemon.
So hear it from me. A girl from Cabrini and a woman standing up to that old boys club.
Ugh. The boys have to vote.
Old boys club.
You know the boys have to vote too, you dumb bitch. This is why women will never be really good at this because they always have to take that little divisive shot at the end. It's us girls, ladies, and then all your male voters are like, ugh.
Fuck you.
That's why guy politicians are like, I want to do what's best for men and women.
Yeah. And there's something else that you might not want to know which is actually true. I know you're trying to pander for the black vote, but you know who doesn't like black women a lot when they talk down to you? Black men. They don't. They don't like being talked down to. They want to be respected. And you're basically going, come on, ladies. Let's form a sewing circle.
That's true. If you're going for the black vote, you know who could beat Kim Foxx? Literally any fat white woman.
You're right. Honey Boo Boo would destroy if she ran.
Man, she looked like she got good credit.
On the right path to reforming criminal justice in Cook County and making the system
they're on the right path by having more murders.
Work for everyone. But there's still work to do, and I need your help.
It's a weird Samsonite
Join
commercial.
me.
This isn't. Wow, she is a objectively ugly woman, man.
She's not gonna start tearing a suitcase up.
No, she's not going to. She is an ugly woman, man.
Look, we don't. Let's not attack based on looks, okay, Royce? Clearly, she's an ugly woman, but she's also a terrible district attorney.
This is great, by the way. So 2019, I was wrong. They're not on they're not on course for there to be less. They're on course for there to be less. So far, this time of year, this exact date, well, November 16th, compared to November 16th, 2018. 2019, 460 people have been killed, but the year's not over yet. 460 people have been killed in Chicago this year. Hey, guys, they're going the right way. That's 53 fewer than 2018.
So there you go.
Problem solved.
Well, there's a lot of fights around Thanksgiving and the holidays, so let's not count our chickens before they roost.